Listen close as she tells Renee to drive, baby, drive. Y'all can stop with the propaganda. I'm seeing this for myself. Anybody else would have been shot the same way. Stop the BS. G-Style Media. Alright. Peace, family. It's G-Style. We coming back at you with another one. Now, we're talking about the recent shooting that took place in Minnesota. Involving a ICE agent and a protester who attempted to block the road, and the reports are saying that she tried to hit the ICE agent with the vehicle. And I'm coming at you. This is my point of view. I saw the video. And I just got to keep it real, man. I don't know what video people have seen, but there's a few videos out. There's a few different angles. And in every angle, you can see that you shouldn't have drove that car the way she drove that car. Now, look, I'm not one to sit here and make up excuses for no type of white supremacy, no type of form of white supremacy in any shape or form will I make up excuses for it. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what this was. You know why? Because whenever it's somebody like me or a black person or anybody in the hood, let's say the police pull a car over, that same type of situation, the police pull a car over and you trying to drive out and they point their gun, they're like, don't you move this car. We've seen that a million times all over YouTube. We've seen it a million times on YouTube where a person attempts to flee the police and they're in their car and the police pulls out the gun like, hey, I'm in front of this car. Don't you try to move this car in front of me. That'll be like attempting to strike me with the car. And fam, like, let's just keep it a buck, man. Like, stop the BS, man. Let's cut it out, man. Let's just keep it real. Had that been you or I or any, whatever, just a black person in general, had that been any type of black person, the police would have did the same thing. Come on, let's just cut the BS out, man. Let's cut the BS out. And here's the thing. You're protesting, you have every right to protest. Nothing wrong with protesting. But why are you coming down there and blocking the road? You see what I'm saying? You're coming down and you're blocking the road. You just park your car right in the middle of the road and you're going to block the road so these federal agents can't conduct their business. So now you're placing yourself right directly in harm's way. So now you decide to block the road and now the agents are pissed off. They're like, all right, what the hell are you doing? You know what? Now we're pissed off. Now you got to get out the car and show us your identification because you're doing some stupid shit on the road. You're doing some stupid stuff on the road. Now you got to show us your identification. So you placed yourself right in that bullseye, man. Like you really did. And look, rest in peace to the woman. Nobody deserves to be killed. You know what I'm saying? I would never sit up here and say that. But the thing is, had that been anyone else, the exact same thing would have happened. I don't think it's, is it time for a talk about police brutality and how they're too quick to pull the trigger like we've been saying for decades upon decades? Maybe so. But at the same time, when you watch the video in its entirety, and look, I'm not taking up for no ICE officer or nobody. I'm not taking up for these guys, man. I'm really not. But when you watch the video in its entirety, from his perspective, right? How do you know what she was gonna do? You don't know what she was gonna do. This is happening in a split second, and this is a multiple thousand-pound vehicle that can crush you in an instant. So when you see the woman backing up and moving and you're right there and the thing looked like it bumped him a little bit. Like, come on, let's be real, man. He had to move himself to get out the way. She could have, it don't matter if she wasn't trying to hit him. The problem is you were not supposed to move the vehicle. You were supposed to keep the vehicle still. You're not supposed to sit here and start moving it and back and forth and all that. And they're reaching at your door trying to pull you out. And you know these are federal agents. You know you're doing something wrong. You're doing a crime. You're doing a crime. Well, whatever you're doing is a violation. It's a moving violation. You got your car parked. They have the right to stop you and ask for your identification. Come on, like, coming from my perspective, bro, from where I'm from, any hood dude that would have did that, they would have lit him up the same way. You know what I'm saying? They would have did the same thing. You know what I mean? Probably would have started shooting him as soon as he started backing it up. You know what I mean? They don't give us the extra leeway that everybody else gets. So I it's hard for me to sit up and say, that the agent was wrong. Maybe he shouldn't have shot 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But from his perspective, you don't know what this person behind this heavy vehicle is about to do, and they're still moving it when you guys are trying to pull them out and tell them not to move. They're still moving it. You've already showed the gun. He pointed the gun at her. She saw the gun, and she still decided to move off. Like, you don't know what she was going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just think about it from her perspective. You got to think about it from the officer's perspective as well. You don't know what this woman is going to do. Now, granted, if the guy's a piece of shit and he has a history of, abusing people and doing stuff like that, then, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he gets justice, hopefully some type of justice comes to him eventually, for if he's doing wrong stuff out there. But they said the same officer had got dragged like 50 feet before in another incident where someone was doing the same stuff, trying to attack the police, trying to attack ICE with their vehicle. So, I'm not making excuses, but damn, somebody that been through that before, you got dragged 50 feet before, you're going to be like, yo, ain't nobody doing that to me again next time. I'm going to make sure I stop this threat next time. You're not going to try and kill me again. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's a sticky situation, man. It really is a sticky situation. The woman, Renee Good, she, rest in peace to her. Rest in peace to her. Condolences to her family. You know what I'm saying? Nobody deserves to be killed like that. But at the same time, we got to be more responsible with our actions. You know what I'm saying? Because me, as a grown man, I know if the police pull me over for anything, I know if they say, hey, don't move this vehicle, and especially I'm trying to move and the cop pulls out a gun and he's standing in front or to the side of the vehicle where if I have to try to move and turn the wheel all the way to the side to try to avoid hitting him, but he's standing there and there's a possibility I could hit him, come on, you're doing something wrong, bro. And it shocks me how everybody's just like, no, she was trying to turn. Yeah, she was trying not to hit him, but that doesn't mean she wasn't hitting him, because as you can see in the video, she did bump him. So there's a difference between trying not to hit someone and just doing something that's inevitable. Like, you're not going to be able to avoid them. You need to just stop the car and get out and show them their identification. Come on now. We all know that, especially with us Black Americans. When these police pull you over, we know how it go. You're behind enemy lines. You're behind enemy lines. We know that from a Black American perspective, especially as a Black man. That's something you got to know. When police pull you over, you are behind enemy lines. Okay? Shut the hell up. Do what the hell you're supposed to do. Do what the hell they tell you to do. I know you can't stand them. I can't stand them. I know if they didn't have this badge and gun, you could never take me in a one-on-one. I'd knock you out. We all know this. We know what's up. We know they're cowards. We know what's up. But when they have that gun on you and they have the advantage, you are behind enemy lines and you should treat it as such. Be quiet. Stop all the crying and yelling and running your mouth. Shut up. Do what they tell you. Get out of this situation with your life so you can fight another day. You know what I'm saying? What she did was completely reckless. You know what I'm saying? If any of my homeboys try to do that, any of my peoples try to do that, any of my family members try to do that, I would say that that's reckless. What are you doing? They will shoot you for this. That's dumb. It don't matter if she was trying to turn the wheel this way and that way. It don't matter. The problem is the officer was still right there in the range where he could be hit. And you could see in the video, he did get tapped a little bit. He had to like get out the way. I mean, like, come on. You don't know what this person is about to do behind this big, heavy vehicle. You can't stop it. So you're gonna do what you think can stop it, and that's shoot the person operating the vehicle. I don't know, man. I just see it from a different perspective, man. I see it from a different perspective, and y'all can't yell racism on this one. Can't yell racism on this one. This ain't a race issue that happened. This is somebody's perceiving their life being in danger. And then you see they done sent their puppet Jasmine Crockett out to fake the funk and act like she really all hurt by this. But, she's full of it. Here go the Democrats with this BS. They're doing anything in their power to try to get Black Americans involved because they see we are not getting involved with this ICE mess. It does not concern us. We're not getting involved with it. We're not out here protesting in mass and fighting ICE, and you got a lot of people, you got a lot of Black Americans who are sitting here caping for immigration and stuff, for illegal immigration, and they're protesting against ICE and stuff. You got a lot of that going on, but at the same time, you got a lot of us that are like, oh no. We saw what y'all did the past 4 years with the Biden administration. We saw how y'all said F us. The Biden administration, we saw them giving out so much money to all these illegals that were coming over the border. Just getting here yesterday, and they're buying trucks and, buying houses. These people are just, and you see what's going on with the whole Somalian thing, the whole thing over there in Minnesota, the whole reason why this whole incident even happened. Because they're over there going berserk with the scamming. And you got to be real when you look at this. This was, all that scamming and stuff. They let that rock, man. There should be some type of charges brung up on Tim Waltz and all of them, whoever was involved with that stuff, because y'all had to be willingly turning a blind eye to this stuff, because it's like they all was just over there getting this bread. $9 billion just doesn't go unaccounted for, and nobody fucking knows. Nobody knows what's going on. That's BS. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That's what all this is even about in the first place. All this, this woman wouldn't be unalived right now if it wasn't for them over there scamming all this money. You know what I'm saying? All this money they over here just scamming. And this is what we're talking about. Well, this is why FBAs are saying, no, let ICE do their job. We don't care. We're sitting this out. Because you bring people over here that come over here, didn't fight for none of these rights that we fought for everyone to have. And they're coming over here taking advantage of our tax dollars and circulating that money in their community, only circulating that money with their people and their little communities, sending it back to their countries. And, they're just getting all this money, all this stuff on our dime. And we're sitting here like, wait a second. We can't even get y'all to give us any damn housing. Y'all won't even give our homeless any housing. Y'all won't give Black Americans nothing. Y'all been having studies for decades just to decide on giving us our reparations, which were old. And we see y'all coming here doing all this mess overnight with all these illegal immigrants, giving them all this money and all this stuff. Yeah, we seen all this stuff. We seen all the slapping in our faces y'all did. And we're like, oh, hell no. Let ICE do their job. Listen, man. The enemy is my enemy is my friend. You know how that saying goes. So, no, Jasmine Crockett could go on and sit back down. You're not going to get Black Americans to get involved in this because this is not our fight. They send their little puppets out like Jasmine Crockett to try to get people riled up. But get the hell out of here. We're not trying to hear none of that. So y'all got to hold this one. Y'all got to hold this L. Y'all definitely got to hold this L. And I'm not down with no MAGA. So you can't pull that card. You can't pull the whole card of the MAGA card. And no, I'm FBA. I'm Black American all day. I'm not down with no MAGA. I'm not down with Trump. You know what I'm saying? So you can't pull that race card stuff because a lot of people, a lot of FBAs, a lot of Black Americans feel the same way. Because when we're screaming and telling you, hey, these officers are too quick to pull their guns and shoot people. These officers are too quick to do this and that and the third. It's police brutality. No, y'all say no, it's not. Y'all are breaking the law and y'all are not listening to what the police are telling y'all. Even when y'all can see clear as day on video that we are not doing anything, we're compliant, and they're still beating us and doing this and that and the third. Y'all make up every excuse in the world. Go check the comments. Check the comments on any video where they show police activity, where they're showing like those recordings of police arresting people and chasing people. Check the comments. They never give Black people the leeway. We never get the benefit of the doubt. We never get that. It's always, oh, you should have followed the law. You should have followed the demands of the law. You should have listened to the authorities. Same case here. She should have listened to the authorities. They told you not to move the vehicle. They're reaching on the vehicle. They're trying to get in the vehicle. So now you know they're on the vehicle and you're still moving the vehicle. Either way, someone could get hurt, and that's deadly force. Either way, I don't know what people are talking about. I don't know what world y'all living in where y'all don't see what's going on. You see the video. You clearly see it. You can't pull the race card on this, man. The race card doesn't work on this one. I don't know, man. Y'all hit the comments, man. This is G-Style Media. Hit the comments. Let me know what you think. Was this justified or was this a execution? Let me know. Let me know what you think about this video. Rest in peace to Renee Good. Condolences to her family. And if you like the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll be back with plenty more. It's G-Style Media. Peace.